Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome.
You got the sound there?
Yeah, we should be good. Now we should be good.
Unbelievable.
Marvin Mickers, Ricky King, Arena Scherer on the podium this morning. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show, live from the Atzenhofer studio. It is Caldo Wednesday. So get over to Veracruz for Caldo de Res for lunch.
Steaming bowl of beef stew. It's fantastic. It's probably the very most gringo dish they make, but it's got a really hearty broth. It's clear.
Lots of cabbage.
Carrots, potatoes.
So good.
And beef. And every time I go, and it's not like, oh, that's Brent. Let's make sure we take care of Brent. There's a ton of meat in the dish. And there's usually enough to take home.
Like short rib meat or something.
It's great. The weather in Victoria brought to you by the folks at AT Deal Feed. You always think I'm joking. Here's a little red funnel. This funnel was made
the lost leader
by Midwest Can. Does it say Midwest Can? Cam? What does that say right there?
Midwest Can.
Midwest Can. A half pint funnel. I love it, and I keep it because the price tag literally says $0.99, and it's still 99 cents at Deerland Feed today. A very handy funnel, has a little lip with loose little grip grooves. It's got a hole so you can hang it. This is an essential in your home. And by the way, as a guy who sells insurance,
you mix your own fuel for your weed whacker.
A guy who sells insurance, who sells promises on a piece of paper. If you give me a widget like this, I'm the best salesman on the planet. I mean, it's got a little grip lip, and it's got a really handy color so you can find it when you need it.
And it's a ribbed grip,
and it is a ribbed grip, so that if you're using something like oil, it doesn't slip out of your oily fingers. 71 degrees under cloudy skies in Victoria, Texas. Heading to a high today of 85. It's going to be windy this afternoon, but no chance of rain in the forecast. Looking for a sunshiny day tomorrow. The weather brought to you, as always, by our great friends at AT Deerland Feed. For over 50 years, the little gin that could has welcomed you and all of Victoria's farm and ranch personnel into their location on Water Street.
Yep.
Get by and see them.
Lucky we did not deal with this, but some pretty harrowing footage out of the Midwest yesterday.
Is that actual footage?
Yeah, that's an
Iowa.
Man,
that is one tight spinning tornado.
Just tearing up the farmland in Wyoming,
Hopefully
Iowa.
It got that Chinese-owned farmland.
Baseball size hail through parts of Wisconsin and Iowa. And they're expecting this type of weather to last throughout the week as it goes up through the Great Lakes. Tornadoes from Dallas to Chicago.
The Northeast
crazy,
facing heat waves that they don't typically have this time of year. It's almost biblical. Keep an eye out. Watch the skies, as they say.
According to CNN, 27 tornadoes reported this week alone in that area. Look at the footage in Wisconsin.
I tell you what, tornado is a relentless engine of power. It is just unbelievable.
Students at University of Arkansas and University of Michigan were advised to take shelter because of the tornado activity. Crazy stuff.
They called that storm Ohio State.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, and there's no logic.
You don't
get much enough of a warning.
Yeah, there's no warning. No.
I think that's the scariest thing.
I was in Oklahoma City one time, and I know that, like, cities, if you've ever been blessed to be way out in the country late at night and you can see the glow of like a distant city. I was in Oklahoma City one night and was not doing as well as I'm doing now, and I was staying at a motel, like kind of like a
motel. Not the Motel 6, the Super 8.
But I mean, the door opened to the front patio kind of deal, to the walkway. And I remember hearing this, I thought, man, that is so weird. And I walked out and I looked up, and the clouds above me were going in different directions. And it was just, and by the way, it was like Have you ever been on the bay when you just said the water was like pea soup green?
Yeah.
That's what the sky looked like as it reflected the lights of the city. And I literally just had to say, what will be, will be. Where was I going to go? I didn't live there. I was in a
Lay in your
hotel,
bathtub.
and that's all I could have done. And I thought, man, and I did find out the next day there had been some tornadic activity. I don't think anything really touched down, but I think of Oklahoma City as being Tornado Alley. Scared me to death.
I think it's kind of shifted. It seems like it's,
Dallas gets a bunch of them.
They do.
Fort Worth gets a bunch of them. It's crazy. There's Trey Molina.
Yep.
Good morning, brother. Reminds me, if you're listening on KTMV, Corpus Christi Television, welcome to the program.
Glad you're all here. Tax day today. Make sure your taxes are filed, or at least the extension.
Yeah, and I'll throw out to you also that today is Maggie's birthday.
My Maggie?
My Maggie. Yeah, I would say I think Maggie was born in 12 or 13.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's either 14 or 13 years old today. I think she was born in 12. Beautiful Brittany Spaniel. Many of you have seen Maggie. Awesome dog. Still, there's nothing like the love of a pet. They joke about, you think your wife likes you more than your dog? Put them both in the trunk and see which one wags their tail when you open it back up 2 hours later. The dog is always happy to see you. The dog forgives your moods and your outbursts. The dog doesn't even mind if you step on it. There's just nothing like the bond between people and their pets. And we're seeing more and more, and I'm thankful to see people put it on Facebook, but friends that Kevin Myers had to put down a dog the other day, or the dog passed. And just the comments that he made that, she took care of our family, she took care of our livestock. It just, it made me emotional. There's nothing quite like, I think about Torrin Bales, his dog, one of his dogs, Lola, still around, but his retriever had to be put down. Just, it's sad.
It is.
It is. It's sad.
I've got an old girl that's pushing closer to 17 than she is to 16. And every time I think she's on her last leg, she surprises me and runs around like a puppy and still eats everything. So,
well, you can always get another wife. That's not the point. I was talking about dogs.
So today's tax day, and I just want to just. It's enough. You're gonna make me cry if you keep talking like that.
I know. I had to lighten it up because those of you that care about your aunt, Linda Christ, I would be lost without my dogs. Good morning, Will Franklin. I was proud to see Will Franklin.
I can't get lost with my dogs. They'll come find me.
I was proud to see Will Franklin go over and attend the swearing-in ceremony, or the promotion, if you will, of Chief Fellers. I thought it was great. Fetters, yes. Check it. I'm a misdemeanor guy. I don't always get to the level where I have to deal with the chief. There's John Paul Hall checking in. Reminds me to thank y'all for the support that has led us here to the offices at 205 JP, the most gracious possible landlord, he and Mr. Geets. I think Mr. Geets would probably double our rent. But John Paul stands in that gap for us.
He does. Takes the bullets.
He takes the bullets. But it would be worth twice what we pay. Yeah. This is a beautiful facility. And if you need space, you should come down. Come down during the show. We're going to be joined.
There's one.
There's one right next door.
Can we get in today?
I do not know that.
Doors open.
We're going to be joined in a while by
Mickey Costello. We'll talk VISD bond. Early voting begins next week, and I think voting day is I guess it's May 2nd. So today's tax day, and this is how the New York Times is framing this.
I know what you're going to tell me. You're going to tell me how much they contribute, the illegals. That's what's going to happen. I'm ready for it. Yeah. I have not read the article.
No, but here's the very first sentence. Sam Sifton wrote this. Good morning. It's tax day. I wish you many happy returns. Ha ha, pun.
The title, Paying Their Way.
Today, many undocumented immigrants are debating whether to file their taxes, illegals. That may or may not come as a surprise to you. To some, undocumented immigrants are scofflaws, people who come here and leech off the system. Many, many illegal aliens do not pay taxes, Tom Homan told Politico last year. Except most do pay taxes, according to the researchers. The IRS says they'll let anyone file an income tax, whether they have a social security number or not. And
they'll take the money.
Yeah, listen to this. According to this article, undocumented workers in this country pay roughly $20 billion in income taxes each year. And he goes on to say that most do pay taxes. Okay, we're talking sales tax.
They certainly pay sales tax, gasoline tax.
There's some truth in that. But when it comes to income tax, they pay $20 billion in income taxes each year.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what the IRS says.
Fair enough, then. They should know.
Meanwhile, the rest of us pay another $2.6 trillion in income taxes.
Right. The 20
billion is nothing. What's that? 1% of 2.6 trillion?
No,
not even
1/1000th. It's not even a rounding error. It's
No.
0.00. It's 0.0.
Yeah, I missed it.
1%.
Yeah, I missed it.
Not even 1%.
1/10 of 1%.
1/10 of 1%. That's something you got to think about.
So this is the garbage the New York Times comes out with. Oh, they pay $20 billion in income taxes. They don't mention anywhere the $2.66 trillion
that the rest
paid
of us
in
pay.
federal income taxes,
Which, by the way, is
in
only paid by
2025.
it's only paid by half the people.
Yeah.
And it's worth noting that.
And by the way, the top 5% contribute 60% of that, or 1.3 trillion, and that's going on 2023 numbers.
But people like Elizabeth Warren, who know better, want to tax those rich people to pay for universal health care. It's just communism, folks. Embrace the rich. Tesla pays a lot of people's salaries. The other thing worth noting, and it's going to come back around here because I've got it on a disc. It's in there. Oh, the $20 billion they pay isn't a drop in the bucket for the, what do you say, the accommodations we have to make to educate their kids, English as a second language, on and on and on. The $20 billion they pay in taxes in no way offset. Now, I'm not discounting the work they do. I'm not saying there's not some value, yada, yada, yada. I'm saying it's undeniable that the $20 billion those folks pay in income taxes is much more than eaten up in social services, special needs at their schools,
English as a second language classes.
And crime. Yeah. How about that? City Council in Corpus Christi voted 5-2 to commence on a petition to impeach their mayor. Yeah. So here's the deal. If Trey Molina were to tell me that Corpus is corrupt, I would go, where you been? We know that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not so sure that the water issue at this moment is really on the back of the current mayor. I know that I saw where our sheriff, House District 30 rep, AJ Louderback, checked in. He's told you right here live, water statewide about to be at the forefront of the legislature. As you have more and more data centers coming in that use more and more energy, we've got a grid. ERCOT is taxed heavily by us. We have water shortages that are rampant, drying Corpus up, literally. At the end of the day, there's going to be legislation in the next session to address these issues. Right now, we're blaming, let's see, I don't even know that Carolyn Vaughn, no, that's a council member. I don't even know the mayor's name in Corpus.
Paulette Guajardo.
Yeah.
Apparently, a federal judge blocked the city of Corpus Christi from suspending her. So then council went and decided to impeach her, or at least
now don't they have a
start
city
that process.
manager? Are they a strong mayor system down there? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I don't know.
Very interesting. Judge C. Hanks Jr. The court orders that the city is hereby temporarily restrained from taking any voter action at the April 14, 26 City Council meeting to suspend Guajardo from her elected office, implementing or enforcing any suspension of Guajardo without first providing a constitutionally sufficient pre-deprivation hearing. That tells a lot. And taking any action to deprive Guajardo of the authority of her office absent compliance with requirements of due process under the 14th Amendment. This sounds like a judge who has a really good clerk.
Is the pre-deprivation hearing, is that the impeachment hearing, basically?
Is that before I'm deprived?
I guess so. So anyway.
I do not know that.
I'd like to know what the issue is with the mayor. Is it over the water or is there something else?
I don't know. Trey, give us your Cliff's notes. You're good at that.
We got a court hearing scheduled for this morning to determine next steps regarding the mayor's request for preliminary injunctions. So interesting.
There you have it. Paulette Guajardo. Maybe we can get Mayor Guajardo to come on the program.
She won't talk. She's in the middle of all this.
You'll never take me alive, coppers. Is it that kind of a deal? You think she's holed up at city council?
It's kind of what I'm thinking.
You think she's holed up? I have a semi-automatic weapon. Johnny Houghton, always a good source of well-vetted information, says they pay $20 billion in taxes, that being illegal aliens, but cost the United States taxpayer $150.7 billion in 23. Wow.
Good to know.
Can you, Trey Molina says they have a city manager
run.
Can you bring up the city manager of Corpus? Be a great time to have Cody Bauman in the house. Brand us. Always a great source for data and information. Cody.
He's not here on Wednesdays anyway. Peter Zanoni. Let's go to his, we're going to read you Peter's deal here. We'll take a break in a second. I'll just read you Peter's bio, his official bio on that's not Peter Zamboni. No.
Peter Zanoni has served as city manager of Corpus since his unanimous appointment 7 years ago in April of 19. He brings 30 years of municipal government management experience to the role. He oversees 4,000 employees and manages a $1.4 billion budget, driving the city's growth with a focus on transparency, efficiency, and community engagement. That's important. He apparently does not drive the city based on water. Peter's outstanding financial leadership has earned the city multiple credit rating upgrades from S&P and the Fitch ratings. Under his tenure, the city has maintained a strong financial position. Yada, 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 yada.
With Peter's oversight, Corpus Christi earned and continues to maintain a superior water quality rating.
We ain't got much, but what we got is crystal clear. That's the TCEQ, the same TCEQ that came here and condemned Victoria, yelled at us, really had an ego-based fight with our city manager. They were just trying to show Jesus Garza who's boss.
Yeah, that's just no more news on all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't like the TCEQ. I mean, yeah, I guess we need somebody to make sure the water's good. But Trey Molina says that guy makes $420,000 a year and gets 3 months a year vacation.
What if he takes it all?
Well, heck, where does he go? Somewhere with water?
Probably.
I could go down there and be city manager. I'll do it for $400, and I'll take only 2 months vacation.
Andrew Alvarez says he's a team player, a go-getter, and likes long walks on the beach.
Absolutely. With his children.
Yeah, that was all that was missing from that bio.
Who are all in private school. Back to that, I ran into Erica Briggs yesterday. She has the renovations tolerable. Things are under control at Paravita Wellness. I went in and grabbed our meals, and Erica announced, I need to come back on the program. She threw out that she's going to have a really special brunch on May 10th, which is Mother's Day.
Okay.
And I said, are you thinking about something like endless mimosas or something like that at Mother's Day. She said, I might even offer free mimosas. She just brainstorming. I'm not committing her. She may need to be committed, but I'm not committing her to that action. She said, I may just give free mimosas. And I said, because there's really nothing better than a drunk mom on Mother's Day. You never know how that might work out.
I think if you just gave them one, you're not going to get drunk.
There you go.
That way she can't be accused of over-serving anybody.
There you go. By the way, and this just in, I'm going to another shameless plug. Bob Constantine, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think it's Texas Coast Limousine is Bob Constantine. If I'm wrong, I owe Bob an apology. He promised $100. He pledged $100 to our No Fools rally, which, by the way, jumpstarts our ability to go to the chopping block and buy breakfast sausage. I'm talking about fresh, ground, beautiful, low grease breakfast sausage.
What's the one that I like from there that I had?
I do not know that.
One of their breakfast sausages, the Lumberjack. Sounds good.
Sounds like something a lonely Canadian would like. A lumberjack.
That's good sausage.
The Lumberjack gave you sausage. Okay. Chopping block right there on North Navarro. Great spot. Great food. Great steaks. Jalapeno wraps. All that stuff.
Stuffed quail once in a while. They have
Absolutely.
I think they still have some of those stuffed Terrace Majors.
Those little birds, they're committed.
Yeah.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Palace inviting you to come in and have a good time. Mick. Palace raising money for 7 local charities. They do a great job.
They do. You can have a lot of fun.
Get
Enjoy
by
your time.
and have a
Palace
good time.
Bingo.
And USA Foundation Repair, whether you've got a pier and beam home that you need to have raised, you need to level it up, your doors don't close, it's been dry, houses settle. It's not as hard as you think. Charlie Garcia and his brothers
They'll come out.
will come out and level it up.
Yeah. Before our guest is here, Mickey Costello, before we bring Mickey on, I just want to bring this up real quick. Houston apparently.
Mickey, your mic's not even on,
not yet,
so
not yet.
There's nothing there for you.
I guess last week, Houston City Council voted 12-5 to eliminate what had been a 30-minute window for police to hold suspected illegal aliens so ICE would go pick them up. They had a 30-minute window. City Council repealed that. Well, now Houston Mayor John Whitmire is calling for a repeal of that ordinance that they just approved. Why? Because the state has told them they're now out of compliance, and it threatens $110 million in state grants.
Well, think about it for a
the city
second.
of Houston is getting.
So if a Houston, what are we saying? If a Houston City police officer detains somebody for something, they're driving along,
they're not pulling
speeding,
them over.
whatever. Let me see your license. Okay, they ain't got no license. They got no insurance. We're gonna hold you for a minute and let an ICE agent come and ask you some questions. Somewhere along the way, the city said, that's not right. You shouldn't be using our police as an extension of CBP. Come on, that's not fair. Okay. So the city decided, fine, we'll eliminate that 30-minute window.
Yeah, at least it seems they have 5 city council members that have some common sense here.
Right. But 12-5, can you imagine 17 of those idiots on the same? Oh,
apparently.
Unbelievable.
At least in this,
we're
instance,
bad enough.
12 idiots.
5 or 6 school board members is bad enough. And then you've got the state comes in and says, that's fine. Well, good. Go raise your own $110 million if you're not going to help a brother out. And the city said, whoa. Whitmire says, it makes a statement that we listened. They always listen with their pocketbook.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it.
We got to correct that policy, the mayor said yesterday.
There's only one opinion that matters, and that's the governor's. That's what he said. That's what Whitmire said. Whitmire clearly with higher political aspirations. We're joined by our friend and now somewhat of a regular staple on the program, Mickey Costello. And if you look at Mickey and then you look over Mickey's shoulder. You see Mickey when he had hair and did artwork on television. Yeah. Mickey Costello in hiding as Bob Ross.
Yep.
I never had anywhere near that much hair.
Did you?
Never.
Never.
I realized something on my way here this morning.
Tell me.
I'm coming up on my 1 year mark on the school board. 1 year.
Has it been 1 year already?
1 year. And you know where it started?
Right here.
Right there in that seat.
That's
This
right.
is where I announced my campaign.
That's right. And God bless you. I think you've done a great job. And I sat with you as Super Sheila, gave her presentation to the chamber. And she said, it's been just about a year since I came in. And the key things I took from that, and I'm going to get you to expand on something. The key things I took from that were how much there were like 3 or 4 F schools, and now there's none.
There were 9.
And now there's no F schools.
9 F-rated schools.
And now there's none.
And now there is 0.
And now there's some A-rated schools.
We had 0 A-rated schools. Now we have 3.
That's right.
2 of the Bs, we have a lot of Bs. 2 of them are just shy.
So
of the
close.
A. Yep. We improved state ratings across the board. Every school, every aspect.
I love her energy, and I've been told that Sheila can walk into a room and like trip over the rug at the entrance and find money underneath it. That she just finds ways. She said she saved over $3.1 million at the profit
central office.
And it's not like she's going in and firing people.
No.
She said, hey, so-and-so is retiring. Good. We're going to split her duties up among these other 3 people, and they're actually going to put in a full day.
That's it. We eliminated some waste. We've found savings. She has found savings everywhere. Right sizing has been, we're coming into another phase of it too, by the way. So we're going to find even more. We had duplicate contracts, over $500,000 a year we saved just in duplicates.
Speaking of right sizing, something I've been reading, and I'm going to get, after you're gone, I'm going to get into the idea. So if you want to accuse somebody that's anti-bond, if you need to reach out to them, please do. I'd like to have them listening when I give you my opinion later. I see that, like, for example, the one that jumps to the fore for me is that this bond includes eliminating O'Connor School and adding an O'Connor wing
at Torres.
And tell me, number one, what would be the maximum capacity of that new facility once the O'Connor wing is built?
Every one of our schools, if we took every elementary kid right now and divided them in between, we have 14 elementaries.
Right.
If we get rid of 2, we got 12. Take the number of kids divided by 12. There'll be less than 450 students at each class.
Okay, so
it
doesn't matter that Torres O'Connor would hold 700 kids. There may only be 500 there.
500. It's capacity. If something major happens at this school, we have a place to put some people.
That's also more efficient.
Yeah.
One roof, one cafeteria, one educational staff, one set of principals and APs.
Instead of having to maintain multiple buildings across. And some of these buildings, we can't put any more Band-Aids on them. It has been Band-Aid. It's over.
So some of the negative folks, Melissa Anderson, when do we vote? Early voting opens on Monday, the 20th.
Election day is May 2nd.
And people have been saying, well, I don't want to vote for a bond to build new buildings. And I don't want to vote for a bond that makes our schools big.
I don't want to vote for a bond that that gets rid of my elementary school.
Yeah. Well, you're old. Get rid of your elementary school. My school was old when I got there.
Yeah, I get it. I went to VHS. I was Victoria High School graduate.
Remember when they called that the new building and it was built in like 69 or 70?
Was it that? Well, I thought it was built in the 80s.
No, I graduated in 81 and we called it the new building, and it was not.
It was the new building when I was there in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was referred to as the new building.
That's what they always called it.
Yeah, it still is.
Now it's like the newer building.
The newer building. We're going to turn that new building into the STEM Academy.
And then you're ultimately going to move the folks from Smith over there, which, by the way, is a block and a half. No, Mike, it's not. You know where it is.
I don't even think it's a block and a half.
It's just right there.
It's
you
like
go down the
yards.
street, it's right there. And it's like, hey, by the way, instead of having 3 or 4 schools, now I can have 1 SRO, maybe 2. But I've got SROs. I save money there. The district pays for those people.
Yes, we do. Pay a
One
lot, too.
cafeteria at the STEM,
Mhm.
one principal at the STEM.
Yes, sir.
These
It's going to
things
save money.
save money.
Yes. We'll take that money, use it towards maintenance, towards maintaining, what is it, 693 AC units across the
It's
district.
crazy.
That's what this money is going to, all the savings we're going to use for maintenance, maintaining all of our assets, retaining teachers, increasing pay. I think what's happening out there is a lot of people have lost sight of the objective. There's only one objective with this bond: make our schools better so our students are more prepared for their future. That's it.
100%.
It is that simple. Make our schools better so our students are more prepared.
So I told you I had one question for you.
Melissa
Melissa
Hanson
says-
adds,
So, oh yeah, go ahead.
OMG, Brent, you graduated the year I was born.
So what, Melissa? I graduated the year before my wife was born. Try to keep up with me, sister. How about this, Mickey? I told you I had one burning question. If you can answer this one question, the bond will pass.
Give it to me.
How do we, where does Lenny, who is Lenny, where does Lenny fit in, that we can take this money, solve some problems, and guarantee that we're not going to be right back here in 10 years going, well, that was in 2026, and now it's 2035, and we've got problems. We need another 200 million.
Mr. Lenny Gonzalez spent 26 years in the United States Navy. He worked his way, he was enlisted for 16 years, became an officer, an electronics materials officer. He spent the last 12 years of his career maintaining billion-dollar naval ships. His whole career was based on preventative maintenance. And somehow Victoria ISD landed him. Mr. Lenny and Ms. Carrazzo have created this master list. Every asset, every HVAC unit, furnace, chiller, boiler,
anything that could go wrong
lawnmowers.
over $50.
Lawnmowers, everything, you name it, it is on this list. It's listed by serial number. Each and every detail is put down. When it was bought, when it was installed, any maintenance done. Most importantly, we track how much money has been spent on this particular unit. If it starts to, last year we spent $3,000 on it. This year we have, it's another $3,000. Is it cheaper to replace it, or do we keep putting Band-Aids on it?
And these are things you could do out of the normal budget.
Right. And this is just preventative maintenance, and
Which M&O money can be used for.
we can.
Correct?
Yeah. And so we have a master list of this whole thing. We have a 15-year master plan. We are going to maintain every single asset that we own. We track it. We are no longer reacting to situations. We are actively looking at ways to prevent situations from happening in the first place.
And you know what's in the
So
same
like
breath,
changing your oil every 6 months in your car like you're supposed to.
Right. You
Doing
can't
that
ignore
stuff
it.
instead of ignoring it.
Instead
Yeah.
of waiting until the engine seizes and then
Yes.
borrowing money from your neighbors to fix
to
it.
go fix it. Yeah. I mean,
I
you
do
have to.
find it in the same breath
Because that's the one question Brent and I get asked the most
all
on
the time.
this.
All the time.
What is their plan? So I'm glad you addressed that, because that was going to be my question.
That's it.
What is the plan?
I told you I was here for you.
I
We
had
have a plan. This bond, it's all about making this place better. I mean, the goal is to improve our schools so our students are better prepared.
It does, in the same breath that I say it's very, very refreshing that this proactive attitude is being implemented.
Right.
Isn't it, as somebody who's only been on the school board a year, isn't it overwhelming to you that this has not been done before?
I have no idea what the past boards did, past maintenance teams. I have no clue. I didn't pay attention back then. I only know what we're doing. And we are not reacting. We are proactively looking for ways to prevent situations from arising.
Greg Garcia, a great listener and a thoughtful guy, says, hey, look, VISD has some convincing to do. The community definitely has trust issues with leadership. How would you, looking at the board as it's composed now, looking at Sheila, just in the last 12 months, what has changed to give folks confidence in the leadership?
We have improved across the board. We've improved our state performance ratings, the 9 Fs to 0, 0 A's to 3. We have let's see, this keeps going
You know,
on.
Sheila said there's a 5-year turnaround time. She said, no, we're going to do it in 2.
In 2 to 3.
That's bold, man.
It is bold. We have improved across the board. Our student grades have increased. Our STAR testing has increased. We have put in the effort. We are hammering in the 10 VISD values at the elementary school level. We are actively trying to make our students better so they are more prepared for the future. My daughters are my youngest is about to graduate high school. My other 2 are off in college.
You're getting old.
I know.
How old did she turn?
18.
It hurt, didn't it?
Big time.
Yeah.
They're all adults now.
Yeah.
But I want them to move back to Victoria, have my grandbabies here, and put them through these schools. That's what I want. That's the goal. That's why I am doing this. The town, I mean, I want to grow.
Victoria does need to grow, and one of the best ways to make it grow is to have an exceptional school district. Do you, and Ash, I don't know.
We're visiting with Mickey Costello, VISD board member.
Mickey grew up here, as did I. And Mickey was such a stellar student. He has no idea how the schools were rated back then. But I know that, like, when you talk about Bernie, you know, if Bernie comes up, people go, oh, man, great schools. Whew, Champion or Bernie High, doesn't matter. Great schools.
Yeah.
I want Victoria to have that reputation.
I do too.
And I don't know any reason that we can't.
There's nothing stopping us but ourselves.
No, I agree 100%.
That's it.
Cody Bauman asks, how much will an average homeowner be paying each year? And we've looked at the different numbers, you know, $20 a month. And then also, is it for 30 years, this bond, or is it 10? Is it 15?
So we can do it different. Some of the larger, like the new school, the new Hopkins, that'll be a 30-year term. Some of these the lighting and security enhancements, we'll do those at 5-year. So so it doesn't take such a hit on in the end. So,
right.
We're going to put a bond oversight committee together. We're going to monitor the progress all the way through. We're going to make sure there's no waste. We're going to check plans, check construction. We're going to stay on top of this.
And municipalities and school districts are much different than your home budget. There's not anybody anywhere who goes, oh, well, we're a debt-free city. It may be Forney, you know, where they do or where they, you know, Round Top, where they don't have, you know, maybe Round Top's a debt-free city.
It's only a city, twice a year when they have sales?
Yeah, with
twice
eight people.
Don't go down that road.
But that's the deal. I mean, every municipality or school district utilizes debt in some form or another to make things happen. I think that if Victoria is going to grow, which everybody seems to want, you know, now in that same breath, I have no problem with people contesting their taxes with the CAD. I have no problem with you minimizing what you pay in school taxes.
Isn't that deadline coming up? I think May 15th, isn't it? The deadline to protest your property taxes?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Today's tax day. Did you file your extension?
No, I filed my taxes.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I filed my extension.
Average person spends 12 hours preparing or doing their taxes, whether they do it themselves or not. The average person spends about 12 hours on their tax returns.
We had somebody do all our
stuff. I could do mine in about 30 minutes by myself, and
it's not that easy anymore.
No. Well, if you do it yourself, it's kind of like if you represent yourself in court, you know. Yeah. So you might, don't be represented by a fool. Let someone else do it.
Don't make a mistake.
Yeah, I let someone else do it. It works out fine.
Andrew Alvarez says Thomaston is debt free.
There you go. Thomaston,
right up the road by Cuero.
I doubt it is.
Well, they paid for that one sign that says Thomaston, and there's nothing else to do there.
No. Yeah, so, I guess that's it, isn't it?
Absolutely. What else is going on? You give people the spiel, and we'll wrap you up. You've done a great job.
I think people have lost sight of what this is about. It isn't about any past boards, past superintendents. None of that matters. Nobody cares. All that matters is right now, what this administration is doing, what this superintendent is doing. The past doesn't matter. We are trying to make our schools better so our students are more prepared. It is really that simple. There's no hidden agenda. There's no hidden language where nobody's house is going up for collateral. I can't just raise your taxes because we feel like we need more money. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of nonsense out there, and I've been seeing it. People are sending it to us. Take a long, hard look at the 11 projects on this bond. Make an objective decision. Look at this and see that there is no fluff. There's no BS. It is simply to make our schools better so our students are more prepared for their future. That's it. That's all I want you to think about.
There you go. Well, I think that you're doing a fantastic job. Early voting starts next Monday. The 20th.
Yep.
The election is on May the 2nd.
Correct.
That's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And we thank you for coming in. And by the way, I hope you'll come back again between now and May 2nd. Maybe let early voting start and come back. And I'm sure you'll be out there. I mean, honestly, out there kind of watching the polls and seeing how people are doing.
I will be.
And you're always invited.
Thank you very much.
You're a great friend. So thank you. We're going to take a
Mickey.
break. We'll let you cut out. That's Mickey Costello. He's a VIS Board of Trustees member. He also would use Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen is your go-to. They can help you pat your stress. I agree. The past does matter. It's history. And I do want to talk about that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Went Services for all your electrical needs.
Mickey would use Went.
Absolutely. He has used Went. I do know that. Went Services, whether you need a new plug or you need a new whole house generator. Went Services can also service your existing generator.
Now's the time
contracts for that.
Now's the time to call Went and get that quote and get it done, because as we're seeing the tornado activity north of us, hurricane season is just around the corner.
Like your house is gone, but that generator is just humming. You can also relax in your best recliner from Chestnut Furniture Company. For over 100 years, Bobby Leon's family have served you and yours. Let them help you make your house a home. Chestnut and Love make your house a home. Get by and see why you just always do better at Chestnut. So here's what I want to ask you, Ash, as a guy who's thoughtful. And I want to ask you folks. I'm gonna drop a name. It's Lou Svetlik. I like Mr. Svetlik. He's big enough that I call him Big Lou. He's a nice man. He was a very devoted trustee for a number of years at VISD. Lou got sideways in business with the airport and actually moved his business down to Port Lavaca. He works on aircraft and does all types of things. He's a pilot. He's done well. He's a good man. I think he still lives in the county. I'm pretty sure he still pays VISD taxes. Mr. Svetlik was a trustee for a number of years and has very, very vocally opposed this bond. He opposed this bond so vehemently that he took Micah Patton to lunch to express to Micah the reasons he didn't like this bond. The question I have...
Micah might be careful. Better be careful. Might have to claim that as a campaign contribution.
The question I have, ignoring the irrelevant comment of my friend, is should you be making all these public detrimental statements about something that clearly wasn't your idea? And I think there's some ego involved here. When the transgressions we're trying to rectify all happened on your watch, Mr. Svetlik. The problems, the lack of preventative maintenance along the way, I'm not asking about your budget problems. I'm not asking about you don't understand allocation of funds.
At a time, though, when the M&O tax
rate was higher.
Was over $1.
And it's higher than it's going to be with this bond. My question is, should you protest so loud when this bond is designed to clean up the mess that was created on your watch? That's an undeniable fact. The schools that we have were maintained on Mr. Svetlik's watch. If anybody should sit on the sidelines and not be so vocal, it might be the guy who kept saying, we have no money for that. We have no money for that, as other people try to go get the money. I don't understand. And I'm not, like I said, I like Lou, and I'm sure Lou has an answer. 894-4020. If you're a former VISD trustee, and you saw I gave Mickey every chance to blame former trustees. He refused to do it. I wasn't involved then. I don't know the challenges they faced. I'm here to talk about now and the future. Amen. Super Sheila wasn't here then.
Nope. She seems to be doing pretty good things.
She seems to be doing pretty good now.
Turning around F's to passing. We have schools that are rated A's, and we don't have to get into we've got into the rating thing before. But the fact is, it wasn't that long ago, within 10 years, the state was looking at taking over Patty Welder.
Yeah. And the rating criteria hasn't changed. It's not like there's an asterisk and we've gotten some kind of post-COVID boost.
Amanda King asks, can the monies allocated for maintenance be moved to other projects? How can the taxpayers be assured that maintenance funds are actually that? M&O money can be used for anything.
It can't be used for teacher salaries.
M&O can, but bond money cannot.
Okay, so the bond money is force allocated.
But what it could do is free up M&O money that is being earmarked for some maintenance, because bond money will cover that, and that would free up M&O money to be used for other things like addressing salaries. If I'm understanding correctly, I think that's right.
And then when you have, as this show does, we're very blessed to have, BJ Nelson checks in all the time.
Patrick Strauss is right.
You're right, Patrick. It wasn't all on Lou's watch. I'm not saying that. Like I said, I like Lou. And Lou has, I'm sure, a thoughtful presentation, very well thought out, of why he's against this bond.
And I can go back to tell you, Bob Moore was here when was super when the high schools were consolidated. We've had these issues going back to 2000 or 1999 even.
But the people that try to tell you Stroman's a perfectly good building, they're what we call ignorant. They just are. They're ignorant. It's a dump. It's time to be torn down.
Wasn't really a good building when it was built.
It was inadequate when it was built. It wasn't exactly equal, but what is it?
Separate.
Equal? Wasn't really. And the people that are like, well, I don't want to create super schools. That's not our model. You just heard Mickey tell you O'Connor Torres or Torres O'Connor is not going to be any bigger than Shalimer. It's just not. And for 5 straight years, our enrollment has declined. This is not ideal. We're down to a little over 12,000 students. We used to be closer to 14. But attendance has improved, and that makes the district money. Make no mistake, the district is all about collecting money.
Well, they have to be.
Right. So I'm going to vote. I will say this. We have a number of school board personnel that check in on the program, and we have several former school board personnel who are always here with an opinion on everything. And yet when we talk about school finance, crickets, not here, no comment, nothing to be said, trying to preserve a legacy of failure through silence. That's the problem. I'm very proud that this current school board is doing what they're doing. I think they're going the right direction. I'm very, very pleased that this school board hired Super Sheila. So that's our, plug of the week for that situation. Oh, speaking of plug of the week, our buddy Brian Simons.
Oh, yeah, big blood drive coming up.
Officer. His daughter, many of you know, his daughter Sarah has had lots and lots of health issues in the past. And this young lady has organized a community blood drive. It's called Supergirl Sarah's Power in Pints. Now, wait till you hear this.
Yeah.
Friday, April 17th. So that's this Friday at 9002 North Navarro. Where is that? The Patty Dodson? No, it's up north. It's further north, up by Walmart or somewhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You've got ways. Type it in. 9002 North Navarro. Everybody who gives blood, no appointment necessary,
Walmart,
gets a pint. So look for the South Texas Blood and Tissue bus. It'll be out there. You get a pint of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. You know, they usually give you like a little cup of orange juice until they figure out that you're not going to pass out.
Nope, not now.
A pint. Take a friend and y'all can share a pint of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. And look, 1 pint to save 3 lives. The first 20 people get a t-shirt also.
Nice.
Hats off to Sarah Simons.
Good on her.
Giving back. And also, you know, when you give blood, you can get blood. And Sarah has benefited from that. She's a beautiful and super sweet young lady from a wonderful family. Deputy Simons is a classic. Great guy. So this Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Walmart parking lot, be looking for the South Texas Blood and Tissue bus and donate a pint.
You get a pint of ice cream.
Pint of ice cream. And if you're there early,
everybody's a winner.
If you're there early, you get a t-shirt. There you go. I think that's great.
I do too.
Yep. Bob Constantine says, great job, Sarah. And Bob, great on you for your pledge. Very, very well done. Your pledge on the Wade and Carter No Fools rally and protest. Protest word keeps getting smaller and smaller. It's turning into a rally. It's going to be loaded with positivity. So on Saturday, May 9th, you'll be able to come out. I announced yesterday on Facebook, Vera Cruz providing the tortillas. If all I gave you was a tortilla, it's worth 2 canned goods.
Absolutely.
And they're made right across the street. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to have it. So
May 9th?
Yeah. You saw the dodging of the issue from the pesky left. For the bond or against the bond? I need to know where you're at. Cody Bauman says, pint for a pint. Nobody wants
I think
to
I had that.
go against Big Lou. I love some Lou Svetlik. He's a nice man. Just goes to show we don't have to agree on everything to get along.
Now, see if I can do this.
Are you voting for the VISD bond? Question mark. Post. We now have a poll. There you go. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. There you go.
I don't go so far as to say we don't need Cody, but you have learned wisely. You have chosen wisely. What's that from?
Good question. I don't know.
What's that line from, folks? You have chosen wisely.
Yoda.
No.
Andrew Alvarez calls it the One Big Beautiful Bond. No, that's the one up the road that's $2 billion in Plano or wherever the hell that one is.
Yeah. It's craziness.
Yeah. So,
Tammy Williams says, as a community, thank you.
Jones?
It was Indiana Jones. It was the Holy Grail, Search for the Holy Grail. As a community, people need to get behind the local schools as much as they were excited about the college. I saw Dr. Jennifer Kent, another friend of the program. She made a statement and said, I support the VISD bond because it will help us develop better students who will then go on to attend Victoria College and A&M Victoria. And it gives us an opportunity for them to stay here, be employed here, raise their families here, and continue to benefit our schools. All ships rise on an incoming tide. Our boat has holes in it. You can bail with one bucket of money. You can plug holes with another bucket of money. Yeah. Patrick, maybe we can get Lou Svetlik on the program. He's a good friend. He'll come. Patrick says, I would like to know why Lou is against the bond. I'm sure he's done some homework. I agree. I'm certain that he has. And I think I made that disclaimer plain. This is not an indictment of Lou Svetlik in any way. What do you see?
I was trying to see if that poll is actually interactive. And I don't think
I don't know. It's right now. It's 0-0.
Yeah. I don't know that you can.
Looks like voter turnout.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can actually click on it to actually vote on it.
Man, I'm going to tell you, I know we're ahead of the midterms, and I know that you like to vote with your pocketbook, and I know that you're upset with Donald Trump. His approval rating is the worst it's ever been. I know. But I'm going to tell you this. If you're not for open borders, if you're not for special LGBTQ rights, if you're not for DEI hiring, if you're not for a godless regime, you simply cannot vote Democrat come the midterms. You've got to vote to preserve the republic. They have no agenda. They have no platform. They have no leadership. It's just a mess.
I'm going to bring this up just because we talked a little bit.
Just trying
about
to
this
irritate
yesterday,
people is what you're doing.
You know, maybe. Remember these?
I see what you did there. That's back when Obama was presented to us as the Messiah.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
People were selling these. I don't recall anybody anywhere blowing a gasket like the left did the other day when Trump simply reshared an AI generated image that had been floating around since February.
It's just confirmation and affirmation of their Donald J. Trump derangement syndrome.
I mean, here you've got Catholic candles
with Obama, Muslim, on them.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That's a Getty image, folks. I didn't create it. AI didn't create it. These were candles for sale in the store.
Probably
that
Walmart.
A photographer took a picture of, sold it to Getty. Got to give them credit for it.
Yeah. I did see a picture the other day, and this would make more sense. And maybe, just maybe, Donald Trump had been advised, hey, man, you might want to back off the Pope. There's a whole bunch of Catholics in this country. But the picture that I saw depicted Pope Francis in his white garments with a red shawl around his shoulders and his white papal hat. Basically said, I think what Trump was doing was trolling Pope Leo with that picture. Now, it's easy to say, nope, God thinks that Trump thinks he's God, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I don't think so, And the left did celebrate the diversity.
Did they have a bunch of drag queens doing like a depiction of the Last Supper?
Yeah, and they had a really gay Jesus as
Catholics.
the head guy.
Catholics got mad, but I don't remember the rest of the world going.
Stephanie Conley says the Pope needs to back off, and I'm Catholic. I've seen so many sides of this
Although
issue.
I think he has backed off, but this morning the president tweeted something else again about Pope Leo, and I think Pope Leo's moved on.
And he should, right? He's the Pope. In a lot of ways, if you ask me who's more important, probably the president. Who's got more stroke worldwide? Well, probably the president. But if you ask me who's really got a captive audience, it's the Pope, and he's got a 1.5 billion constituents. I think the Pope should just be above being trolled. You should not be able to troll the Pope.
Well, you can only be trolled if you actually respond to being trolled, right?
Right. Yeah, and originally the president said, I think it depicted me as a doctor, as healing someone, and that if I remember right,
nation, I think somebody actually went and talked to the guy who actually generated the image and basically said it was Trump healing the nation.
So was the guy in the casket, was it Abe Lincoln?
I think it was just America.
I don't know.
It was personifying America. I think he was on a bed. He wasn't in a casket, was he?
He was on a bed, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's the hypocrisy, though. It's interesting.
There's the bells from the Catholic Church. I guess we got to go.
Yeah. Nobody's upset, that the Dems are the party of the KKK or Dems are the party of slavery. At the end of the day, people still vote Dem, just because they always have. So some people are going to hate Trump because they always have. He's going to wrap this
They
thing
haven't
up in
always
Iran.
they've not liked him since he came and walked as a Republican
Right.
candidate.
True story.
They loved him prior to that. I mean, most the left did. Anybody who was looking for charitable handouts loved Donald Trump. The New York socialites loved Donald Trump. The Clintons loved Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, they were all buddies. And
Yeah.
there's a bunch of quotes out there, a bunch of video. There's Donald Trump talking about the Middle East on the day that 9/11 happened.
I mean, everybody thought The Apprentice was a brilliant show that he was involved in.
Yeah, you're fired.
And
Before-
it was a pretty popular, scripted reality show for a while.
Before we get fired, let's get out of here.
Let's
Thanks
get out of here.
again, as always, to Lilo Arguelles and the great folks at Magic 95.9 FM. They will be at the No Fools Rally. Plan to come out. Plan now. Start buying. When you're at the store, buy some inexpensive canned goods.
And get stuff that people actually want to eat. Don't get the lima beans.
Right. Get some corn. Get some green beans. Get some, pinto beans.
Soup is great.
Soup is good food. Folks, we love you. Hope you have a great day. It's Wednesday. Get by the chopping block for your Wacky Wing Wednesday on the way home after you go to Veracruz for Caldo Wednesday. Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.